Hi, okay, this is mini challenge number 1 for NSD 2020. First thing we are going to do is you are going to be taking your book that you have prepared. You should have between 48 and 50 sheets. If you have kept a few more, that's perfect. What you will do with the few extra sheets is you'll see each book has white at the back and the front. Those you can just glue flat to the front and the back just to make your covers a little bit more sturdy. I've already stuck mine down there, but I still have 48 sheets in here to work with. All right, so this is our book that we are going to create over the next 2 days. We're going to do lots and lots of work. So first thing, this is page number 1. Challenge number 1 is going to be preparing the pockets, and challenge 1A is going to be doing the decoration. So for now, let's just do the pockets. So what I would like to show you is the first page that you're going to work with. You will need 2 sheets. So sheet 1 and sheet number 2. All right, so the back sheet, you are literally just going to be folding over a corner. Please excuse mine, I made a mistake on my first one. I have decided just to do a little bit of inking. This is optional. If you don't have ink, please don't feel that you have to. And I'm going to glue that down for the moment. And later on, I can also adhere a little brad if I want to. All right, so top corner is done. Second page is now the first page. That's the second one. First one, you're going to take this one and you're going to fold it over. What I want you to do is just take your liquid glue. We're not working with tape at all for this book. And we are going to adhere that flat. Then we are going to go around the bottom edge and the side. And we are going to flatten that to make a pocket. All right, so just leave that for a few seconds to dry. You'll find if you work with the glue while it's wet, your book is going to move. Just a tip is actually before you stick your pockets is to please just try and ink the pieces. It does make it a little bit easier to ink before you stick your pockets down. You can also, for this one now, is just use any stencil you have on hand. If you do not have a stencil, please don't worry. It's not necessary. It's just for the sake of your book to make it look nice. All right, so that is part number 1. What I want you to do is post your finished part 1 under the relevant post on Facebook NSD 2022 page. Hi there, this is challenge 1B. This is going to be for the inners of your little pockets. All right, so first thing we're going to do, if you have a look, we have got a tag that goes inside our pocket. You open it up and it has got some leftover text paper on the inside. So this is what we are going to do for our challenge. On our book, this you can do later, is you're going to put a strip of, you can put lace. I have literally just used my leftover papers with a border punch, and I have stuck a border punch edge. You don't have to do that now. You can if you want to, but that is part of the decor later on. And I've adhered a brad to my fold over, and this is now becoming a pocket. So what I'm going to do is to make my foldable tag. These are just stash that I had in my bag of all my leftovers, little tabs. All right, so what we're going to do is you need to decide what is the size of your pocket. Everybody's pocket is going to be different. It needs to fit in, so make sure it's wide enough. Remember, there's no glue here, but there is glue on these sides, so you need to make sure that it can go in and go out, and that it doesn't exceed the top of your page. So mine is 20 by 16. I've just used a scrap of old grey cardstock that I had. So 20 by 16, take your card, fold it in half. This is going to become your folder as such. And then to make it into a tag, you can do it perfectly. I don't. Okay, so I'm going to take that off. Use your piece you've just cut off. Stick it into the corner and use that as your template. And there is your tag. Once you have done your tag, you can then go through your stash of all your papers that you have torn out. And you are now going to make a little inner bit. So this piece needs to go there. Mine measured 10 by 12.5. Again, yours might be a different measurement. So what we are going to do is this is going to get stuck inside there. I am going to take my paper, and just about 1.5 centimeters from the edge, you can just score it. And with your glue, remember all these will be inked as well as you're going along. That is going to go on the inside. Alright, so there's your tag, and it now has a foldable little pocket. You can ink all of this. If you have a look at mine, I've put a tab on there. I have put a tab on the inside of my pocket. Here I have gone through my stash of my barcode strips, and I have put a border strip down there. This will then go into my pocket. Alright, the rest of this page is decor that you will do. You will have a month to decorate it, so I've just used extra tags, some quotes, but I will do an extra video showing you that. For now, this is all that I require. So this will be challenge 1B. I need you now to complete your tag, and I need you to take a photo of your tag as such and put it onto the relevant post in order to win a prize. Thank you. All right, girls, this is challenge 2B. This is going to be for the inside pockets for your challenge 2 pockets that you have made. So if you have a look, this is what it looks like. I have just decorated on the front. This is a pull-out with pattern paper. It opens up like so, and it has an extra sheet of paper on the inside. I have just used leftover chippies that I had. That goes into the first pocket. Second pocket is a pull-out tab with a little tab corner. So these are the two elements that you are going to make. Do not worry about the decorating for now. First thing we are going to do is you're going to use a piece of pattern paper. You need to make sure that it is high enough to fit into your book, and that when you fold it, that it goes into the first flap. Alright, so if you have a look, mine will be about 9 centimeters. So what I'm going to do, if you look at this one over here, this was a little bit wider because the book was a little bit wider. I am going to go doesn't have to be exact measurements. So if you have a look, I want this to be there. And if I'm going at about 9 or 10, let's go at about 10. We can fold that one over. These do not have to have any set measurement, so long as it is a fold out and that it fits into your booklet. And the only other thing that I have done again is I have done corners. Again, use your leftover that you've just cut as a template. And then there is your little flap. We are then going to put a piece of paper on the inside. Again, we are going to just cut it to width. So cut your paper shorter, score it at the top, fold it over, and we can stick that into our book in the middle section. Make sure it's more or less centered. And then what I have done is I have actually just torn along the bottom edge. Alright, so that is your little flap number 1, and then that will go into your first pocket of your booklet, like so. The second one is just a little pocket with a tab. So again, measure how much you need and how it's going to fit in. If it's too tight, you want to just cut it a little bit shorter. Everybody's books are different, guys, so I'm doing mine differently. This was about 17.5 by 11. And then what you do to make a tab is, once you've got your measurement, go about 1 centimeter from the edge and leave a bit of a gap there. Cut that off, and at an angle, just cut, and voila, you have a tab. And that is going to go into the second pocket. And that is it. So again, I would like to see your 2 inserts. Post your image like so, and put it under the relevant post on the not scrap and sell, on the NSD page. Can't wait to see what you guys are creating. Hi girls, this is challenge number 2. Again, you have an hour to complete number 2 and 2A and post them on the relevant post in Facebook. Alright, so this here's number 2. We are going to use 3 sheets of paper for this. It has a fold out that will be part of challenge B, and it has a little pull out tab, which will also be part of challenge B. For now, we are going to be creating this particular fold in your book. All right, so let's get started. First thing we need to do is you are going to take your book and you are going to use 1, 2, 3 sheets of paper for this particular page. All right, so back page will stay as is. You're not going to do anything with it. Second page, or the middle page, we are going to cut a small V out of, and then the top page we are going to cut a big V. We will then be gluing around the top and the bottoms to create 3 pockets that you can use on your page. All right, so looking at these, back page, as I said, stays the same. What I would like you to do is just try and find the more or less the center of your book. So looking at it, that there is your center. And we are going to, for the first challenge, this is your second page. So this is your first page. Let's actually do the first page first. So where your middle is, you're going to go up about 5 centimeters. Doesn't have to be 100%. And you are going to cut there. And from the corner, again, you are going to cut there. The second page, you are going to go in a little bit. I'm just going to go up until the wording. It's just to make sure that you can see that there's a pocket. And I'm going to cut there. And I am going to cut there. Okay, you can see I went a little bit too far. So I'm just going to adjust this side. All right, there we go. So first one is cut at 5. Second one is cut a little bit shorter. And third page stays the same. Again, we are going to take our ink and we are going to ink before we stick our book closed. Reason being, it's really hard to ink it after. Do not ink the middle pages, you're not going to see them. All right, and then we are taking our glue. This is our back page and we are going to apply glue along the top and along the bottom to create your first pocket. Hold it in place for a few seconds, so that will be your first pocket. And again, we are going to apply glue along the top and glue along the bottom. Make sure you go right into the edge to create your top pocket. All right, so there we go. We have got pocket 1, pocket 2, and obviously leave this to dry for a few seconds. You will see on mine again, I have done a little bit of stenciling, so you can take your stencil and just randomly decide where it is. I've used the same stencil throughout my book. Obviously you can chop and change or leave the stenciling out altogether, however you feel. All right, there we go. That is challenge number 2. Please make sure you post that under the relevant post. This is challenge 3 for the mini challenges. What we are going to create is a top pocket that has a slider out of it, and then the back one has a pocket that goes in from the top. So for this one, we are going to be using 3 pages. What I find easiest to maybe just put paper clips to hold your pages together. For this, we need 1, 2, 3 sheets, and then I've just put a paper clip here again, just to keep those out the way that we don't get confused. All right, so back page stays as is. Your 2 top pages, we are going to divide it, not exactly half, go a little bit further down than half. So from our first 2 top pages, I am going to make a pocket. So over here, I'm going to just cut straight through and across. That is going to become my pocket that gets stuck in over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these 2 sheets half pieces together. So if you have a look, stick those 2 together. They are still together like so. And then I'm going to now stick it like a pocket. So all the way down and all the way across. And I'm going to stick that to the back page. All right, so that here has now become a pocket. All right, so those are your pages there. Then these two over here, I have used a circle punch. You don't have to, you can just freehand cut a circle. And I have gone through both of those. So it looks like that, page 1 and 2. And these two, I am going to put glue along the top edge. Sorry, my glue is almost finished here. Geez. Okay, and along the bottom edge. And I'm going to close that. Again, hold it for a few seconds to dry so that you've got enough drying time. And lastly, I am again, sorry for leaning over. Please excuse the audio. I do know my phone goes on and off at times. I apologize. Here again, I am then just going to take, remember this you don't have to do now. I'm just going to do it while we're going along. All I expect from you is the flaps. When you take your photo, just take your photo like that so I can see what you have done. All right, and I'm going to just do the back page and the back page of that flap. So literally that is your pocket. You have one over here, so we will be doing that just now. We're going to do the inserts. All right, and we will have one over here. All right, that is challenge number 3, and remember to post it under the relevant post. Hi there, this is challenge 3B. So this is going to be to create the inserts of your page that we've just created. So here we're just going to create a tag, and over here we are creating a little pull out. And again, using our leftover pattern from our book, not pattern, text paper from our book, that will go into our little pockets. All right, all these tabs and extras, these are just from my bags and bags of stash. If you know me, I've sorted out all my stash into little packets. So I just went through all of those and found all the decor. So you can use whatever it is that you have on hand. There is no regulations to it. All right, so first thing we are going to do, you can see over here, I've decorated on the front here with a doily and just a quote and some flowers as well. All right, but you're not going to do that now. For now, all I expect from you is we are going to use our book that we have created. And in here, again, I actually forgot to ink. We are just going to create a tag that can fit inside there. So going through your cardstock, I found some old grey cardstock that I had. Please make sure that your tag is big enough to fit in. Remember, you have glue here and here, so you will make sure that it can slide in properly. This one is about 9 by 12. Everybody's books are different. That's why I can't really give you exact sizing. Depends on the size of your book. And again, this one we are just going to make into a tag. There is nothing overly special about this one. And then what I'm going to do is use a, if you have a look over here, I have used a hardboard chipboard to actually make my tag pull out, and that will then slot into the circle that we've punched out. All right, so you don't have to do that. You can put a button or you can punch something else out. It doesn't really matter. But for now, all I need you to do is to make the tag. And that tag is going to slide into your booklet like so. And then if you have a circle, you can obviously add your circle on over here. All right, next one is we are going to make this pull out quickly. So looking at that, along the top I've used a punch. If you don't have a punch, don't worry, just tear the top edge and using our pattern paper, our leftover text paper. So this over here, again, make sure it can fit into your pocket. So if you can have a look here, I don't know why mine is stuck there, it shouldn't be stuck, there we go. All right, there we go. So that will just fit inside my pockets. Again, if you do have a one-hole punch, what you can do is just punch a row of holes along the top. This is optional, you do not have to do this. It's just to show you a few techniques along the way. And then what you are going to do is use your hole piercer, which I can't find right now. Okay, and you're going to tear it going outwards. What that does is just gives you a torn notebook effect. So if you ink that, it then looks like you've torn your page out of a notebook. All right, so that will go inside there. But before you finish, going through your leftover papers, try and find one that's got a bit more whitish to it. And this here is going to become a pocket. not a pocket, a flap for the front. You can literally just fold that over, see how much you need, cut off the excess, and then you can just add some glue and stick that to the back. All right, again, you will ink that. You will see on this one, I have put some stencil work and I've put a barcode strip, and there I've put a tab as well. That is optional, and then that will go inside your pocket. Close your pocket, and that is it. So now when you take your photo for me, I just need to see your tag and I need to see your inner, and that will be for challenge 3B. Thank you, girls. Hi girls, this is challenge 4 of the mini challenges. Alright, so what we are going to do for this one is, if you have a look, this is what it looks like. We have a pull out that opens like so with some paper inside. That will be your second challenge. And on the back of the page we have another little pocket. Alright, so that one we are going to create as follows. For it, you need 2 sheets of paper, so 1 and 2. I have again used my paper clips. You will also need an extra sheet from your leftovers. Okay, so first one we are going to do is quick and easy. You are going to take your first sheet of paper. Remember, these are your 2 sheets. This one, you are literally just going to tuck it into the back so that it is half, and this is going to become a pocket. Again, we are going to just glue our pocket down Make sure it's nice and tight, and you are going to apply glue to the top and to the bottom, and you can then apply it to your page. So it looks like so. Okay, give it a few seconds to dry. While that is drying, we are then going to create this little pocket in the corner. That will just be for some of your ephemera that you are going to use on the page. So I have gone, this is a random block, doesn't have to be 100% exact. This is more or less 10 by 10. Okay, so it looks like so. And then what we are going to do is you are then going to score. Okay, when I score, I just remove the blade. You'll see when I do that, I'm not actually cutting. I just remove the blade, so I'm just using the tip of my knife. And I'm going to go along the bottom and along the left-hand edge. All right, so there is the score line, and there. So it's going to look like so. Okay, then what I do is just cut off that corner, and that goes to the back, and we're going to be putting glue there and there. What we will then do with the front is this little piece here. You are going to fold that over. You can fold it back, and you can fold it over again. So what that gives you is a cute little decorated corner. And we are now just going to apply that. Remember, it goes on the back of this page. So you can stick that onto the back. Leave a little bit of gap on the edges. And what I've done is just stick that flat. Again, sorry, before you allow it to stick, just give it a little bit of an ink. Don't be like me. And there we go. So that is what I need to see. So you're going to be making a pocket here and a little pocket over there. That will be for your challenge number 4. Please make sure you post that on the correct post. Hi there. Okay, this is challenge 4B, which we are going to use. I'm going to make all the inserts for our challenge number 4. So as I showed you earlier on, this here is our insert. It looks like so, and it has got a piece of paper in the middle. All right, so to create that, what I did was I just used a piece of pattern paper, any scrap that you've got. I have gone 30 wide by about 16. I just want to make sure that it's wide enough to fit into my pocket. All right, so what you are going to do with that is, again, you are going to score it at about 10 centimeters, and again at 10 centimeters. Let me just make sure that that is 10. So you can fold it over. We can see where we're going to score, and that is also at about 10 centimeters. So if you have a look, this piece is going to be a little bit wider. You can just cut one of them off if it doesn't tuck in neatly, just to make sure that your pieces fit in perfectly. And then what I would like you to do is on the cover, we are literally just going to cut that across like so. All right, and then this one over here on the front, we are going to take our punch. If you don't have a punch, remember, just freehand it, and it will look like so. Okay, once you've done with that, if you have a look on the inside, I've used a barcode strip down here, and then I've just used another sheet of my text paper. So we can just measure more or less. I'm actually just going to freehand cut. So that will go in here. Remember, it's going to get folded over, so it should fit. And I'm just cutting off all the white, and it should fit in perfectly then. So once my white is off, I am then just going to score down the side and fold that over. All right, and that then is going to go inside my book, and I've still got space to put my barcode down the side. All right, you can also, if you want to, at this stage, you can ink your booklet, so that obviously is going to go inside there. So you can have a look here. I have put stenciling on the front and some stenciling on the back. These goodies, these are part of your embellishing. You will do that later. Don't worry about all the... If you've got time now, you can do it by all means, but you don't have to do it now. All I need to see now is your little booklet that you are going to make, and that is going to be big enough to go into your pocket. So I would like to see that in your picture, and please post it under 4B for me. Thank you. Hi, this is mini challenge number 5. All this one is a little pocket which has been cut off your booklet, and it has got a little inner which has got a lift for more photos. Alright, so let's quickly make this one and see how far we go. Alright, so challenge number 5, you will need 2 sheets of paper. So 1 and 2, again I have just paper clipped my pages. And what we are going to do is you will need your scissor, and you will decide how far down you need to go. Go about 3/4 of the page if you can, just to make sure your page is not 3/4, I mean a third. And this piece we are going to cut off. You will obviously cut it as neatly as you can without cutting through your bottom seam. So there's your 2 sheets of paper. And what we will do then is you are going to go at an angle and go a little bit lower, and you are going to go into the top corner. You'll see I've gone in a little bit of a slant. Don't worry, that's quite okay. And then what we will do is just the top layer. We are going to again do a little circle. If you don't have a circle punch, please remember you can just use your scissor. All right, again we are just going to ink these quickly before we glue it. So all the way around the outside edge. Remember the middle we're not going to see. And if you want to, again over here, you can once again apply your stencil. Using your glue, we are only going to glue the edge and along the bottom as it is a pocket. All right, so there we go. That is now a pocket, and that is part 5 done. Please remember to post your challenge so we can see what you have done. Hi girls, okay, this is challenge 5B, the second part, so that we can make your inners for your little booklet. What we are going to do is, if you have a look, it is literally just a piece of pattern paper that opens up with some of your leftover text paper. So what you need to do is measure how far you have got. Remember, you do have glue on this piece of paper, so make sure that you have enough paper. And then you are going to cut from pattern paper. So mine is this is about 11 centimeters, which this piece is a little bit too long. So I can cut that a little bit shorter. Obviously, you will be cutting on your trimmer. And then what you will be doing is, this one over here is about 10 centimeters. So at 10 centimeters, we can score, and we will, if I can find my knife, go, okay, and that will become a flap to the front. Again, if you have a look, we will cut an angle just to show that it is a flap, and all of this here can get inked. You will then apply an embellishment of some sort later, not right now. And what we will then do is use your leftover text paper again, cut through all the white bits, make sure that it does fit into your booklet. You can go a little bit wider if you want to. And what I have done again is I normally use the white part as my sticky base, fold that over, and I am going to glue that into my booklet like so. See, it's way too long, so just trim that off neatly. So there are no set measurements on these booklets. Remember, this is just for fun. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect. I can't wait to see what you guys create. So that is it for part 5B. That will then go inside your little booklet. You will later on, not right now, decorate by putting lots of little tags and goodies on your left hand side, and you can decorate the front here. I have used a doily and a barcode strip, and then that little piece just goes inside my pocket like so. Alright, so that is 5B. Please make sure that you post yours so that I can see what you have done, like so, on the relevant post. Alrighty, this is challenge number 6 in the mini challenges. So what we are going to create with this one is using 3 sheets of paper. We are going to create a bottom layer of pockets and a top layer of pockets. Right, so these all come out, and that one comes out, and that one comes out. And then these tabs were just used to decorate with. You don't have to do the tabs. So let's show you how we created that. Alright, so first thing you need to do is you are going to use 1, 2, 3 sheets of paper. Again, you can just use your paper clips to tie them down. And what you will do is your very first one that you've got, your first sheet, is again, we're going to fold it backwards. And we are going to create your very first flap. So this is going to become your first flap. Second one, we need to go a little bit longer. So you will, again, we are guesstimating. So you will fold there and there. Remember, please, you can't, it's harder to ink afterwards. So if you can, just quickly give it a quick once over with your ink. Remember, you're not going to see the sides. So just that is fine. And we are then going to use our glue. Always adhere these down. Just makes it easier. You don't have pieces that are loose. Oh, sorry, and in the middle as well, because we are making a pocket. So top, middle, and bottom, you are going to apply glue so that you have a pocket there and a pocket over there. All right, so again, we are going to stick that down, and we are going to go top, middle, and bottom. All right, so that is it. That's all you need to do for this challenge. And that will be like so for your pockets. Remember to post this under challenge number 6. I can't wait to see what you do, and I will do the inners now. This is challenge 6B. We're going to decorate our double pockets now. So let's get started. Alright, so you have already created that. What we are going to do is firstly, we are going to create your 2 back pockets. So this is just a plain tag. This one over here has got a little booklet again on the tag. Alright, so measuring how much space you have, you can put your ruler in just to make sure that you've got enough space. So about 12 centimeters, make sure you have got enough space in between. By about, okay, I've gone with 11 because it's a little bit further, and around about 8 centimeters. So you can cut yourself 2 pieces of cardstock, and those are going to fit in over there and over there. You'll see if it gets a little bit too tight, you can obviously go a little bit shorter. So sometimes depends where you have done your glue, is how tight your pockets are going to be. And we are going to corner them. What I did with my pockets, this you do not have to do, just to show you what I done though. I took leftover paper and I punched 2 circles. I have lightly inked them, applied glue, stuck it around, and I have punched a hole through it, and then I just tied some ribbon, and that is my tag. Alright, so the bottom tag though, we have created 2 little booklets that go on there. So using your leftover sheet paper, you can measure how high you need to go, and looking at that, I am just cutting freehand. You can cut much neater if you want to, and just to see if that's going to fit on there, so it's more or less exact. And I'm going to cut that edge off. Alright, so that is going to go on here, and again we are going to score through both of those. fold them over, and that will get stuck over there. So applying glue, you can add the first one, and then applying glue again, you can add the second one. There we go. That will go into your second pocket, like so. All right, the top pockets, just to show you, that one is just a plain simple little tag that will go in there. This one here, I have used some leftover paper just to make a little zigzag. So to make that one, what we will do is just some plain pattern paper. These are 8x7s. That's, I think, is an 8x8. It's a little bit bigger. Again, just create your corners. That will be in the bottom, which is plain. Top one's a little bit bigger. You can create your corners. And then what I've done was, this is a 6.5 by 30.5. Just a long strip. You can use pattern or you can use cardstock. And I have just scored it. It's 7.5 centimeter strips. You can then apply some glue to the top, like so. And there is your tag with your little goodie. And all you need to do there is just tie some rope around it, and you can adhere that to your pockets. Alright, so that is what I would like to see. You can show me your pockets, you can show me a little bit of your inners, and the decorating you can do later. That is just with all your elements and goodies that you might want to add to your page. Alright, remember to post this under 6B. Can't wait to see what you girls do. Hi there, welcome back. This is challenge number 7. We are going to create a double fold for some tuck-ins and a little mini book and some extra place for some journaling. Alright, let's get started. So what we need to do for this one is we need 3 sheets of paper, one for the first flap, one for the second, and one for the back. Again, I have paper clipped. We are going to use our ruler. For the very first one, I would like you to go from corner to corner. You're going to use your nail and lightly just score where your paper needs to fold, so that you can see you can get a perfect corner over there. What you will then do is just cut off the excess paper. You don't want it to overlap your background sheet. And what you can do is just glue that one flat for me. Does not have to be perfect. Again, remember just to ink the edges. Okay, next one, you are going to go from the top right to the bottom left. Again, we are going to score it and then fold it backwards, and then just cut off all the excess that you don't need on the page. And go back into the corner over there. I've gone a little bit over. Try and work neatly. Sorry, I'm just working fast. Alright, so if you look at it, it's going to look like that. You're going to have a pocket here. You're going to have a pocket there. Alright, so we are going to just quickly ink that part. I'm just going to neaten mine off a bit. And on this one over here, you are literally always apply glue to the part that's folded, so that you have a proper fold and you don't have glue sticking out. Okay, the next one, we are going to apply glue to the bottom part. Sorry, and oh, my glue is finished. Okay, there we go. Alright, so there's the glue to the bottom half. Alright, so now we have a pocket there and we have a pocket there. Again, you can take your stencil and you can roughly decide where you are going to apply it. That is totally up to you. Second thing I want you to do quickly for me is we're going to just create these 2 little mini flaps on the page. They are very quick and easy. So using 2 sheets of paper, cut off your excess writing on the right hand side. Tear the top, just see how wide you need it to be. You can tear the bottom, and then what you are going to do is you can either score it or just use your fingers, just run it along the edge, fold it over, And again, we are going to ink these. Okay, you'll ink front and back, obviously. And I am just going to adhere this to the left-hand side. So one will go there, and the other one will go on top of it. Sorry, actually tuck them underneath each other. All right, so stick the back one first. And then just at a slight angle so that your booklets are just off center. All right, so for this challenge, I need you to do these 2 folds and these 2 flaps. And that is challenge 7. Just make sure you post it under the correct post on the site. Hi there, this is challenge 7B. We are going to do the inners for your little album. So the top one, I just used an old manila tag. And the inside is pattern paper, which has 2 folds, which includes your paper folded and then tucked in on both sides. All right, let's make it quickly. So that is on this side over here. We've already decorated and done. So here you can just use a normal manila tag. These ones are, sorry, let me just swap my ruler. This is 8 by 15 centimeters. So I didn't have another manila tag. I am just going to cut the corners, and you can obviously punch a hole and put that in later. Then for our booklet, we need a full length of pattern paper. Doesn't matter how high it is, just make sure that it can fit inside your booklet, not too high. And what we are going to do is you're going to fold this in half, flatten it, and then just see how wide you need to go. So I need to go to about there, and I am going to fold that one flat. And using my glue, I am just going to glue the pocket closed on that side, and then repeating the same on the other side. All right, now we have a pocket on both sides, and I am just going to glue it as well. Sorry, this cardstock is quite thick, so it takes a few seconds to dry. All right, so that is my inner pull out that will go over here. And then just for the inside, you obviously now need your leftover pattern paper, text paper. So I'm just going to take 2 pieces, make sure that they are long enough to fit inside. All right, so like so, and these will just get folded in half. Obviously you'll make these much neater, and fold it in half, and that one goes in there. All right, and then that will just get decorated later, and that will slide into your second pocket. All right, so that is it for your 7B challenge. Thank you. Hi there, welcome to challenge 8 of the mini challenges. What we are going to do is just for the left hand side here, it is a quick fold, and then it is a booklet that has pages in it. So for challenge 8, we're just going to create the fold. It's a quick and easy one. It will take you a few minutes. So for this one, we will just need 1 sheet of paper. Here's our previous sheet, so we're not going to use that. We just need 1 sheet, and all we are going to do is fold it forwards towards you, and you are going to glue that sheet flat. All right, and once that is flat, you will just literally put glue at the top and the bottom, and you will adhere it. Please again remember before it sticks just to put some chalk along the edge, and if you're inking your book, you can put ink along the outside edges. I will go through my book again later and add extra goodies. I am just going to add some quick stenciling just to give it a little bit of a zhuzh. All right, there we go. So that is our pocket number 8, quick and easy, and we will do the inside now. All right, welcome back to challenge 8B. We're going to do the inside for your little pocket that you made. So if you have a look, here is our pocket. I've decorated with a barcode strip. The next one is a cute little folio folder which opens up. I have put another barcode strip here, and it has got a tab that pulls out so you can use it in all directions. Alright, so let's quickly make that. That will go inside your pocket over here. So what you need to do is to make sure that you have got cardstock that will fit into your folder. This is a 19 by 20, which is what I used on this book, but this book is a bit bigger than mine, so I am going to cut it down a little bit shorter to about 18. That should fit. It's got a little bit smaller even, and alright, there we go, just to make sure that it can fit inside my pocket. Alright, so that is 20 wide. Alright, I am going to fold this in half, and I am just going to flatten it. Cool. I did show you how to make these little tabs in a previous video. So what we are going to do is go about, I would say, just over 1 centimeter. And you are literally going to cut it into an edge there and an edge over there. And there we go. We have a cute little file folio that will then go into your pocket. Alright, to decorate the inside of that, this one I've just done a little bit of odds and sods. And here we're now going to put our booklet. Alright, so what you need for that is you need 3 sheets of your leftover book paper, and obviously this needs to fit inside here. So we are going to go with, if you have a look, it's about 8 centimeters, about 9. So we'll make it 9 because we're going to add them together. All right, so cutting these, I'm going to cut the edges off first and measure this at about 9 centimeters. Takes me just to the edge of that, and height wise I'm just going to move these out the way a bit and move that one back. Hope you can all see what I'm doing, just that I can see how wide I need to go. So here I can go at the bottom again. Alright, so I have 3 pieces that will fit into my book. And what we're going to do is, using a scoring tool, I'm going to score it at 1 centimeter. Just make sure that they are all scored. And if you look, I have adhered these together to make one long zigzag. Alright, so basically what I'm going to do is, this sheet is going to get glue. You're just going to make a zigzag. So basically all you need to do is glue these together and glue those together. And again, you can put glue on here because that is going to get stuck to your page. And that is going to go like so. So it's a zigzag. Oh, that will stick. And the zigzag that you have on the end, sorry, it should have been folded back first before you put your glue. That is going to get stuck, oh, not that way, to the inside of your folio. Okay, so make sure that your edge is there. All right, and there we go. That is what it is going to look like. And you are literally just going to decorate it however you want to with some barcode strips. And as I say, I've just added that little tab there. All right, so that is it. That's all you need to do for your 8B challenge. So you can share a photo for me and show me how you have created it and post it under the correct post. Thank you, girls. Welcome back. This is challenge 9 in the mini challenge for NSD. What we are going to do is use 2 sheets of paper, similar to what we've done previously. We are going to make a tag, and here we are going to make a pull-out tag using your leftovers and all your embellishments. Alright, so let's get started. So for this one we need 2 sheets of paper. So 1 and 2, I have again used my paper clips just to hide the paper. And then what we are going to do is we are going to cut your page just short of half so that you can make a tag inner here, and this one is going to be a slide out pocket. So your bottom one, we are going to go a little bit shorter, and again we're going to use our circle punch. Again, if you don't have one, don't stress, you can just freehand cut that. And using our glue, we are going to go lightly along the top edge and the bottom edge, and that is going to now become a pocket once it has dried. Alright, the top one, we are going to create a pocket. So here we are going to fold it backwards. Folding is actually better than just cutting it off because it does give you a little bit sturdier pocket. And we are going to ink it flat. Have a look like so. And again, it is a pocket, so just the side and along the bottom. Alright, there we go. That is our pocket. And again, using our ink, you can just quickly give those a light coat of ink. This we should have actually inked just before we closed it, but it's fine, just try and get in there. And again, if you want to use your stencils, just go through and quickly apply some stencil work. Alright, that is it. That is your challenge number 9, and we will do the inners now. Make sure you post that under the correct folder. Welcome back. This is challenge 9B. We're going to do the inners now quickly for challenge 9. So what we have got, if you have a look, these are 2 pockets. This one has got random little cards that I had in my stash. Here I have created another little booklet with space for more photos. These will just get tucked into here. You can add flowers and barcodes. And at the bottom we have a pull out tag, and this one opens up, and a barcode down the side. Alright, so that is, decoration is optional. We're just going to do the tags now just to show you how to do it. Alright, so this is the tag that I want you to do. You need to make sure that it will fit into your pocket. If you can see, this one's a little bit bigger than what I've got because this book is a lot bigger. So using pattern paper, you can just measure how wide you need it to be and how tall it needs to be. So from that section there, we can just fold it over. And what we would like to do is create a flappable folder. So we can cut that off and give it neat corners. Alright, you're going to give it much neater corners than what I've done. And that will be your inner tag, and then obviously you can add all your other little pockets and quotes that you have in it. Alright, on the inside we need to now add your text. So using 2 sheets of your leftover papers, again we can freehand cut it, or you can cut with your ruler, make it nice and neat, and just decide how wide you need it to be. Alright, remember this is going to get folded over, so we're going to fold it. Okay, and these ones will get stuck together and then stuck into your folder. Alright, like so. So there, we can close it, open, and we have 2 little folders, and this will then get stuck into our pocket. And again, you can add any additional little tags and goodies that you want to. Alright, that is the top tag. The bottom tag, what you need to do is measure how wide a piece you would need. And over here I have doubled up the measurement. So this was a 6 centimeter by 26, which I then folded in half. and I am going to make it into a tag. You can decorate it later with your goodies, and that will just go straight into your pocket. Alright, so I would like to see how you have created your tags, and that is for challenge 9B. Make sure you post it in the correct place, and I can't wait to see what you girls are doing. Hi girls, okay, this is challenge number 10 in the NSD 2022 mini challenge series. So what we are going to do for this one is, let me show you. You are going to make a fold over and a fold over. So this gives you space for tuck spots here, and it has a cute little mini booklet we can put in. And for the top, these are just nice journal cards, or you can tuck photos or anything in that you want to take. Alright, so that is it for challenge number 10. We are going to do quick, easy ones to end off the day. Alright, and let's do it. Okay, so for this one, you need 2 sheets of paper. So 1 and 2, again, I've used my paper clips to hold them in place. My first one, I am going to take my folder and I'm going to fold it backwards. What I would then do is glue this one closed so that it doesn't get in the way. Alright, once I have done that, I am then going to hold my first and my second pages together, and I am going to fold them forwards so that I have a pocket here and I have a pocket over there. So these two, I can stick these two together, and then here, before I stick it down, if you have a look, I have used my circle punch to punch along the edge. Alright, so just along here, again, if you don't have a circle punch, please just use whatever you have. And we can just ink that bit, and just ink that bit. Alright, so it just helps you see where the lines are. And again, we are going to adhere that closed with some glue. So there and there, those are your 2 pockets. And that is the extent of challenge number 10. You can, if you want to, again, take your stencil and let's just color in a little bit. We will decorate your booklet later, so don't worry about any of this decorating for the moment. It's just to show you how to do the fold. Thank you, girls. Make sure you post it under the number 10 chat. Welcome back. This is challenge 10B. We're just going to decorate the inside of our folded over flaps quickly. So if you have a look, you have already created this and you have done your stenciling. You don't have to do the stenciling now, but if you have done it. And what we're going to do this side, I have just decorated. You can do that later. So for now, we are going to use these as little tuck spots. Go through all your stash, see what goodies you have, and then literally in here, you can put all different tags and whatever you can find that can fit. Alright, and that goes with your theme. So that will just be all your little tuck spot goodies. Then on the front cover, this again as well, also just a little tuck spot. I have created a cute little booklet with some extra sheets that will go into the top layer. So all you need to do is just using cardstock, find a piece that you have and create a little flap. Everybody's sizes will be different. Make sure that it fits into your booklet without extending over the edges. And then what we will do for the inside is I will use 2 sheets of leftover paper. I want to see the text, so I'm going to keep the text side, and I am going to cut it to the same size as my little booklet, and I'm just going to fold that there so I know more or less where to score it. And this here can then get stuck inside my little booklet. Alright, so just using your glue, you can again adhere these two together, and then again just tuck that into the middle. Once you've inked it and decorated it, it will look a lot better. Alright, so there we go, and there is our little booklet, and that will go inside here. So that's all I need to see from you now to end the day is this little booklet, and then with a few little tuck spot goodies into the back. All right, remember to post that under challenge 10B, and I can't wait to see how your book is coming along.